First off, before we start this, yes, I am wearing something completely different. It wasn't just because I just came from a nice dinner. I wore this shirt to the movies, and I thought, you know what? If Jeremy Johns can wear a suit, why not? We should all be wearing suits, really, because suits are always awesome. Now, I've seen my fair share of Coen Brothers movies. I've seen The Big Lebowski, I've seen Fargo, I've seen No Country for Old Men, Barton Fink, Miller's Crossing. I've seen all the big ones. I haven't seen some of the obscure ones, but I am very aware of what the kind of movies they make. But I was still going to Hail Caesar kind of mixed. I didn't know what I was going to expect. I didn't know if I didn't know if I was going to get a drama. I didn't know if I was going to get a fully fledged comedy, mixture of both. And after seeing it, I had to say that I am still mixed about it. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but here, this is my review for Hail Caesar. Now, Hail Caesar stars Josh Brolin as Eddie Mannix, a Hollywood fixer who's assigned to go find a mega movie star who's been kidnapped, which is Baird Whitlock, played by George Clooney, and he's been captured by this really weird secret cult called the Future. That's pretty much the main plot of this movie. Now, I love Josh Brolin in this movie. I've always loved Josh Brolin. I've always thought that he's a very interesting sort of actor. And in this movie, he plays the same sort of stereotype character. That's kind of a cliche. If you have a movie set in the 50s, you always have the same sort of character there. He wears a hat, he wears a suit, he drinks, he smokes, he has this weird kind of mustache, and he talks like, oh, fiction for a fiction, oh, horseradish. That sort of like talk, he does that. He performs that very well. Like he's always had that sort of sensibility about him, which I loved. It was awesome to see that. George Clooney was playing an idiot perfectly. He does that, and that's what he's been doing in Coen Brothers movies forever, and he does it perfectly in this movie. I love Tilda Swinton, who plays like this kind of double role, which is a little confusing at first. I thought, like, that's weird, but as it goes on, you actually get to understand who she is, and she just plays this kind of like, I need to find my story, and she's very like hoity-toity, and she does that really well. Channing Tatum's awesome. He sings, he dances. That's great. But I felt like all the other cast members, like Scarlett Johansson, Jonah Hill, and Ralph Fiennes, who were all like big names on the posters and on the trailers, they did absolutely nothing in this movie. I was sitting there like, so, okay, we have this plot with Eddie Mannix trying to find Baird Whitlock, and he's, kicking around with the future people. I get that. Why do we have Scarlett Johansson in this movie? She has no purpose in this movie, because Hail Caesar is trying to, like, it has Baird Whitlock being kidnapped, and everyone's trying to find him because he's part of this big movie called Hail Caesar. And everyone's like really want to try and find him because, if he's not there, then this movie's going to be shut down. The studio's going to lose a lot of money. And at the same time, they have like 3 other movies being made at the same time. And you get to see how they make those movies, which is nice. You get to see like how the directors do that sort of thing in the 50s. And I get what the Coen brothers were trying to do. They were trying to show like, this is how movies were made back in the 50s. But I sat there thinking, we really don't need to see this. We can just focus on Hail Caesar. I thought, at first, when I heard about this movie, I thought that all the characters, all the actors, were going to play characters who were all part of this one movie called Hail Caesar. And then Baird Whitlock, disappears, and all the other characters have to deal with the fact that, he's gone. Now they're going to have rewrites, delays, it's going to go on forever, and they're really worried about that, and they're like frantic. And I would have liked that. I would have loved that. But the movie keeps going like into these getting distracted, going to the weird places that it didn't need to go. I was just thinking, no, just go back. Just go back to Baird Whitlock. It was there, and then it just went on this little trail, and came back in a bit, and then went on another big trail, and in the end, I just felt like, it was hilarious. Don't get me wrong. It was a comedy. You can sit there and really have a good time watching it. But if you're going in there to really, to actually, watch a movie and to, pay attention, you're gonna lose that attention really quickly. You're gonna be very confused. And that's just the point of the plot of what the Coen brothers have written and what they've directed. It's not entirely fluent, and that's the problem that they're facing now. Is a lot of their movies, all of their modern movies, aren't really as fluent as their earlier stuff, and it's just a fact now, and that's a fact made much clearer by Hail Caesar. And that is, I walked out of there thinking, okay, there's some scenes where I really laughed. I laughed hard, but the overall feeling was basically a 6 out of 10 for me. which is not, it shouldn't like stop you from going to see this movie. You should, just to enjoy it. A lot of people that I was in the cinema with just said it was a great fun movie, and that's perfectly fine. If you're going in there just to have fun, do it. But on a whole, it was very mixed. That's just the truth. So if you've seen Hail Caesar, tell me what you think. Actually, comment what is your favorite Coen Brothers movie, and if you like what you see, hit subscribe, click that little red button. Do it, okay? You will not regret it. Thanks for watching.